All right, y'all. So, how do you feel about, your expectations or just your standards of a partner being 40 plus as opposed to 10, 15 years ago?
Okay, I'll go first. The things I was looking for in a partner back then, it changes, it evolves as we evolve, as we go through things, different relationships. We're like, oh, that's not really that important to me anymore. This is more important to me now. So, a lot of times when I meet people that are much younger, that they're still in that phase of looks and money and finances, their top two or three. And then I've dated guys that had all those things and lacked integrity and lacked honesty and lacked drive, and those things are now more important.
Lacked
to me.
everything.
All of those things. I would say that being driven and having integrity are at the top of my list now, and they weren't even on my list 10 years ago. And
Looks was on.
looks was on my list. It had to be a 9 or a 10.
I'm still like that. My husband, he
Really?
he was
9 or
fine
10.
then.
Really?
Fine now.
Damn.
I like the 7, 7.5s. I like that range.
You know
She
what?
said like a 7-7.
I
When you
really
get
do.
angry and they're not cute though,
No, I don't. I like the 7, 7.5. I like the guy that not every girl likes. I like to know what I have, and they don't know what I have.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So listen.
that's rough.
Okay. Back then, fine men just like, but now it's like, I don't want the man that every other bitch wants because it's a constant struggle. It's always a problem. Like, give me the quiet dude. I still want to be attracted to him, of course, but he don't have to be like
A 9 or a
that.
10.
God,
Yeah. So, I just want someone who, can just sit down and be
Looks are gonna
quiet
fade
with me.
anyway. They're going to fade anyway. They're a 9 or 10 today, but they're not going to be a 9
Exactly.
or 10 when they get up there. So
Right.
I feel like a lot of guys and I feel like this kind of feels shallow, but I feel like guys looks is a big thing for guys though.
Sure.
But
it's
I also
for
think it's-
both.
Yeah,
For
no,
both.
It is
for
for
sure.
me too. I'm opposite of them. I want them to be fine, look fine. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not mad.
And
She's
I
fine.
want all the ladies to think he's fine too. I like that.
Yeah. I don't want a man nobody else wants. Let's be clear. Let's get a happy
I like
medium.
that
Let's
they
get a
are
happy
fine.
medium.
I mean, it's on the list. It's just not at the top of the list anymore. Like you have to be attractive.
That's
You
what I
don't have
said.
to be
You have to
the
be
top
attracted to
model.
him.
You don't have to be a top model. You don't have to have the best physique. Like I'm a girl that loves a good dad bod. Okay, and now 10 years ago, no way. You had to have abs. You had to have shoulders.
Facts.
You had to be 6'6". Now, as long as we're eye to eye and when I'm in heels, that'll pass for me now. Like all of that has changed because all these other things are so much more important to me.
That's very mature of
Thank you.
Yeah, very.
right.
She's like, very.
Thank you.
That is. I
mean,
do like that.
I feel like mine has obviously changed over time, but some of the core things are still there. Like looks for me is like a big deal. Like I don't
What number on your list is it?
I don't even know what my list is. Like I was telling y'all off screen, but it's not number one. So let's say out of a top 5,
Yeah.
I'll give it a 5, right?
Okay.
But if I think about what that list is, like humor has to be a thing, drive has to be a thing. They gotta have their shit in order. Like I don't want to feel like I'm in this position where I'm the horse to the cart. Like I'm not
For sure.
Nah, like I need to feel like we're both sitting in the cart and like moving as a
Driving
unit.
equally,
Like
yeah.
and we're saying yeah together.
Yeah.
like in the direction that we want to be in.
On the way to
you know,
your
like-
cave.
Yeah, on the way to the cave. Legend of Zelda type deal. You know what I'm saying?
To
Like,
do what?
yeah,
Yeah.
elaborate.
Okay with that.
Yeah.
Conan,
Yeah.
The
Like-
Conan era.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I don't want to feel like I'm having to drag her by the hair and just pull her along
Yeah.
in the cave. Like, nah, just like walk with me. You know, we could walk side by side and like get things done. Like, that's important. If I feel like if a woman just doesn't have really like vision for herself or drive, I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna create that for you. I'm not doing that. Like,
And you determine
Yeah.
where what place she has in your life. If she's just
Correct.
a hump,
Yep.
using your word. And
Just a cute.
it doesn't
hump.
matter where she's at.
A cute hump.
It doesn't matter where she's at on her healing journey anymore.
yeah,
It doesn't
because
even matter.
like that's irrelevant to the
Beware
whole
cute
process.
people. They will use y'all.
We out here with wolves.
I like the way you said
with
y'all.
wolves
The
in
whole
the
like
night. But yeah,
I
you
secure my
graciously
cute. I got my
removed
cute
yourself from the
person. I got my cute.
equation.
I still find my husband to be very cute. I
Your
thought he
husband
was
is
very
cute.
cute.
At your
back
Halloween
then.
party, I thought he was very cute.
Yes,
the other
and
night.
so
Very
it's
cute.
and I feel like attractiveness does.
You hit the
go-
husband like championship. Like you are in the championship with that for sure.
Yes, cute is important to me because I feel like you are going to get into some ugly situations.
For sure.
You know, and so sometimes it just helps in the middle of arguments.
If they
to be
ugly
look
and
right.
they ugly,
Okay,
if they ugly and ugly,
Have you ever had
done.
This is off topic a little bit. Have you ever had a sexy ugly crush? Someone that was ugly to everybody but you? I have
Yeah,
one. Do you have one?
absolutely.
I have
What?
CeeLo Green to me is sexy to me.
Oh, no.
Everyone thinks
Who?
exactly. It's an ugly, sexy crush. Someone who's ugly to everyone else, but something about them is just sexy to
Yeah,
you.
for
You ever
sure.
had that?
Nah, I ain't got
Fine.
that.
Mine is
Yeah,
CeeLo
yeah.
Green.
I don't have that.
CeeLo Green.
You have to think about it. Think about it.
I mean,
get back to me.
Wait,
not
what?
here
Circle
to
back.
judge,
Circle
but
back. Because
See-
no one else is gonna like them.
Well, because we've
Who's
already
that
established
thinking
that
in
you
the
don't
window?
want nobody. You
Sexy.
don't want him like you. You don't want
No,
nobody.
no,
Yeah.
there's just something about it that's attractive to me only. There's one person that you ever been embarrassed to say, I really think that person is attractive. Not one
I
person.
like 'em
Right.
pretty.
I'm like,
I like them pretty. I like them beautiful. I don't
You
have
your
no.
girlfriends, has there ever been a guy like, what are you thinking? Like, what are you even looking at? What are we looking at the same person? Have
but
you
it's a
ever
real
had,
person.
Yes,
It's
but
not. It's not like
like, because me and
CeeLo
my
Green,
girlfriend, I have
it's
a
like-
girlfriend, we have the exact opposite taste in men. And I'm like, yeah, that's your type. You'll never have to worry about liking the same guy ever. You don't have that with any of your girlfriends?
Look,
no.
I don't like Married with
can't
Children
say.
is one of my favorite shows ever.
Peg Bundy.
Cold, but Marcy Darcy never.
So,
Peg is cold, and Peg.
so far off.
There wasn't
She
a
had
guy
body.
that probably didn't like Peg
And she
though.
had
Peg
body,
was
yeah.
cold blooded.
She
Like
was.
'Cause
Marcy
she
Darcy though,
presented herself.
nah,
Yeah, she
never.
presented
Yeah.
that way, like, and it doesn't because it's not necessarily like that. It's a universally attractive person, but you do want to see something because I do feel that way. I could be in the middle of arguing and then I'm like, well, do I really want to let him out in these streets looking that cute?
I see that. I get that.
No, I totally get
I
that.
get that.
And what's crazy is that sometimes when I'm arguing, if it's my significant other, sometimes when I'm arguing with them, like that's when I'm most attracted to them.
Right.
Like,
You start getting right because that angry face.
And
be
that
looking
makeup
cute,
sex. That's
right?
why
Right.
it's so good.
but that's not the single. We're off topic now. That's not the single-
No, we're not off topic. Let's get
Pick a
in. Let's
fight
get
just
into sex. Let's do it because
Okay, let's do it.
I feel like we were talking about sex being different after 40.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not after. I'm at 40,
Okay.
so we're not.
Just
I
hold
can't
on. Buckle
contribute,
up,
right?
baby.
Right.
Let me know.
Buckle up,
But I'm
baby.
new to the club. Yeah.
Yes. What's up? What's
I think that I'm just more comfortable in my skin. I know more about what I want. I'm more in tune with what works for me physically. I'm not shy. I never really was though.
Yeah.
I just think that there are things that, let me just put it out there. Orgasms are stronger after 40. They are, and you can look it up. It's a scientific fact. Would you agree?
My orgasms have always been.
Yeah, mine
I'm
have
not surprised by this.
also.
I mean, I'm easily orgasmic.
Okay.
So
Well,
So-
they've written books on it. They've written books on sex is better. Like the whole term cougar, there is a real reason, scientific reason behind that. Women are more aggressive sexually after 40.
I think it's what
But
your
is that
hormones
because
in
they're
your
no longer
body.
house cats?
Nope. There's a hormonal change that happens. There's a
I was never
hormonal
cat. I
change.
was never
That's
house
funny,
cat.
Taji.
Yo, I'm just trying.
Wait,
I'm
what?
trying to figure
There's
out. Like,
those
okay, in
hormonal
comparison
changes
to
that
like,
start to happen, and you can also get more that combination of being comfortable in your skin,
Yeah.
and these hormonal changes that are happening. Man, it's a recipe for.
but like what like
But
where,
you
know-
where's the
but you
graduation
know-
of cat though? Like,
but hold
is it
on,
a
we don't
cheetah to-
hit our prime
I don't know.
until later in life
Oh.
after 40.
And the sex drive does.
Literally.
It goes up.
Literally.
It goes up.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad at it.
And I think-
Wait, I bet you're
I'm
not.
not mad.
And I
I'm
think
not
when
mad at it
you're
either,
confident,
as long as
they
someone's
get
tapping it.
more vocal,
Yeah.
and they will
We're
say
more
like, I
open.
feel like in your 20s, maybe I don't know. I wasn't that way. I'm a very vocal person.
Yeah.
You seem to be. You seem to have a level of aggression, like you say. You approach. So I'm gonna be like, this doesn't. No, this is what I need. But I feel like a lot of women go through their 20s with sex, kind of just allowing,
Yes.
right?
Oh,
And you're not
for
really
sure.
saying anything. you're
Yes.
just,
Yeah.
for nothing, right? And then you're encouraging those men to think that
Maybe not heard that, but yeah.
Yeah,
right,
no,
I-
not
yeah,
Kelly.
I'm like-
I've
She's
already
the
said it for
anomaly.
us. I already
Anomaly.
said it for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm not about to do any of those unless.
No.
And so I feel like that's just the culture. That's just It's the good girl. Just it's what we've just been taught to kind of go along and allow men to think that they're performing well. But I think once you
Nah.
get to a certain level of what you're
gotta go.
saying,
Get up.
women will start to just be tired of that and be like, no, I'm not about to just keep having sex and not getting anything out of it. So
Right.
I'm going to start to speak up and say, hey, I don't like that, or this is what I need, or I would like for you to do this, or do this way. And it comes from a place of confidence. You're not being scared. And even men don't receive it well at that age. So I think
Or any
it
age.
comes-
When do men ever receive that well? They're not doing it right. When does that ever happen?
I think they do. I
They
think
When
do.
do they-
sure.
They
I
do.
think
A lot of guys want to. They feel a way if they want. They want to
can't
be able to
please, I
please
say
Not
you.
never.
Some men are open and they
Yeah.
are willing to learn. I would.
I'll have a lot of
Okay.
tell me what I need to
can-
do. What makes you
Yeah.
what makes you orgasm? What does
Right.
this teach me? Show me. And they want it. They enjoy it more if they know you're enjoying
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly. And I think that that could happen. You could find the anomaly men like that early on. I feel like I got lucky with that.
it more. Yep.
But I think that that does come with some maturity too. You know, like I think
For sure.
Yeah.
I think men will after a while be like, hey, I have learned, or I've had female friends that have let me know that women are out here faking,
Mhm.
right? You know, that surprise, like, what? No, they love what I do. And it's like, look,
Mm-mm.
a lot of women are not telling the truth in sex. They just letting y'all think that you are at master level and you rookie.
That
it
is
out
very true.
over here.
That is very. Sometimes it's just, well, tell them whatever just to get it over
Just
with.
to
So
get
you
over,
can go
just
about your
it's
day.
quicker,
Like,
Nope.
right?
Nope.
She said, y'all
Because
Teenage
something-
Mutant Ninja Turtles. Y'all ain't Master Splinter level.
Listen.
No, you're not master
Like-
splinter.
No, no,
You're
no.
I got
If it's not
the
working,
game
it's
about
not
to
working.
come on. Like,
If it's not working, it's not working.
Not,
And I'll
not
be like,
everyone has that confidence
up.
and that authority.
I hate
to-
hurting
wrap it up,
someone's
'cause-
feelings. I do hate that, and that's very
they're hurting
vulnerable
my
place
feelings,
to
but
be.
they're hurting my feelings right now by not.
Someone would rather just duck them after and be like, okay, well, that didn't work. And I will just not.
Never
talk to
again.
them. Right.
Put them under never again.
Yes.
In your phone log.
You know, and then
Don't
you have,
answer.
Whew, I'm a
How
whole
about you,
different
Taj?
breed.
What's
I'm a whole
sex
different
looking
breed.
like after 40?
I've sent a few
It's
people
just
home.
amazing. Like, it's. I mean, I feel like. I'm pretty. Like, I'm the way I move. Like, maneuver with women is very like in a cautious state, right? Like, obviously, I'm 46. Like, I don't have any kids. Obviously, because I moved in a certain kind of way that's allowed me to like not find myself in predicaments I don't want to be in, right? But with this new leaf that has turned in the last couple of years, like it's more intense. But I think that's also because I'm dealing with women that are more in my age range, which goes back to the cougar thing, you know, like I think that's also another reason why guys, when they're younger, there's a magnetic draw to women that are older also. Because there's a certain type of ownership in a woman, like in a full-blown woman's energy that's hear me roar and they be like, yo, I'm trying to conquer that. Like, if it takes me to get to the top of that mountain to get with that lion or that cougar up there, like, cool, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get there. Like, luckily now I'm just really on top of the mountain and it's a bunch of them up there and I don't gotta really do much to get there. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
so it's cool, but it's but
What
once
do you see
again
the
you move
difference as?
with
Like,
caution.
What's the difference in the say someone in their early 30s to someone in their mid 40s?
It just kind of goes back to just a woman knowing who they are. Like a woman that's in her 40s, like I think the comfort level of themselves is just years beyond like a woman that's in her 30s. Like I think a lot of women in their 20s, 30s, they're still trying to figure themselves out. It kind of goes back to that list of top 5. What does that look like? You know, they could still be in the but they're not really being satisfied, right? But now, but then it's like, you know, they unlocked another level. Now they're in cave stage. Like now okay, the Billy Clubs is out. Let's beat it up. Like it's.
But you know,
It's
as,
real,
as a
like-
woman gets older, her body changes. Her hormones are like
Great.
through the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there are levels to this shit. Literally.
Right,
Like,
right.
you know what I'm saying? So,
And I think men sense that though. Like men, like I think that's, you know, goes back to younger men. You sense that, but then I think when you're a man and you've evolved into your space, of a man and owning your energy and understanding like who you are as a person, that becomes even more attractive.
Yeah.
So and once you have it, you don't want to deal with anything else. Like me, I don't have any interest in women that are 20 some years old, because then you just can't really do nothing for me. Like you could be fun, but it's like, what does that actually mean though? That's subjective in
What does that
itself.
come with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
nah, I can't. And I've dealt with some younger women. I'm like, yo, that doesn't do well with me and who I am and where I'm at. So I don't bother.
Would you say that like women, so men, we feel like as they mature, they're going to have to come into their emotional comfort, right? And women are coming more into the sexual comfort, although there are exceptions. I think it's kind of the same way, that we're waiting for the men to be emotionally available and the women are to be more comfortable and to be less just accepting. We're combating social programming.
You know what though? Here for me, I'll just speak for myself. Younger sex is just all about the sex.
The action of, yeah.
As I've gotten older, it's more mental. If I am not stimulated mentally, even before we get to the sex portion,
Yeah.
we're not having sex first and
Exactly.
foremost.
It's mental.
Hallelujah.
And even when we get to the point of having sex, if I feel there's not a connection, or you don't know what you're doing, or it's just
Or one
off,
speed only.
I'm not aroused.
One speed
I'm not
only.
around.
You can't go
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
flow if it's all like.
I mean,
The connection's important for me. I
It-
mean,
no, it's
really an
it's
energetic
everything.
exchange.
It's
and that's why
everything.
I'm not trying to mess around like that. Not even in my 20s. It wasn't. There needs to be something there. Because
no, in my
you
20s,
are
I didn't give a fuck
really-
about the connection. Well, actually, hold on. It wasn't my 20s because I had my son when I was 20. So my whole entire 20s, I was being a mom. It wasn't until my 30s when I was finally, I'm ready to get back out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so then
It's very
came,
depleting.
then came
though.
that.
Everybody goes through that phase, and everybody has that time in their lives, but it's very depleting of self, of energy, when it's just this non-connective exchange. It really is. If people will realize that sex is on that level,
Yeah.
it would save a lot of people a lot of emotional hurt.
Yeah.
Because you can pretend to be as tough as you want. You can think things are what they are, but they are energetic. If we're talking about science, they're really exchanges. And we're being able to easily do stuff like that and not being able to easily have tough conversations with people is why society kind of needs to take a little left turn somewhere.
Yeah.
Because it's getting a little out of control that everyone's willing to get that quick, that personal, that connected, and that deep physically
Mhm.
before they try to check in with somebody's mental.
Right.
Mhm.
Yep.
Not to take any of the horniness away from
Right.
the sex conversation.
Do you know what's interesting? Do you know the number one most searched porn category is?
Oh God.
What
Do you
is
guys
it?
know what that is?
No.
No.
Do not say bestiality.
Nope.
Oh,
No,
Jesus
that's wrong.
Christ.
She said there's
Like,
no
don't.
bestiality. No, it's
Yeah.
MILF.
Mm.
MILF. There's something about a man of any age that likes a woman, motherly, older, stay-at-home mom. That is the most searched category. And so I get my DMs. Okay, let's just go there. I would say 90% of the guys in my DMs are under 30. 24, 25. For one, they don't realize exactly how old I am. They think I'm in my mid 30s. But there's a fantasy about an older woman, the neighbor lady,
Miss Parker.
Miss Parker. It's something about older women is so attractive to younger men. They love that. That is the number one most searched category.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
I didn't know
moms
that.
are nasty because
I don't know. I'm not a
clearly
mom.
We know they
Sorry,
are
I was
because
loud.
they're raw dogging, and so we all know when you see a pregnant woman that she's nasty.
If she did it once, she'll do it again.
Yeah.
It's
That
like a
can't
woman
happen
thing.
by
Oh my
accident.
God, she is willing.
I also think that boys and men have this thing about having a motherly person around them that's going to cook and clean too. I think that's part of the MILF family.
Because they already know they're in
Because-
the house.
Yeah, they're in
Yeah.
the house. They're going to
Because
get
most-
dinner. They're going to at least, and maybe a bath.
Because most times growing up, their mother was that person for them.
Exactly.
So they
Yeah.
So a lot
expect
of
their
younger guys
significant
are
other to
attracted
do the
to
same.
older women
Yeah.
because they want all the whole package.
Yeah.
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 Mama. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
Thought that'd be a little bit of interesting trivia for you guys.
It's very interesting. But I mean, it makes sense though.
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure. Totally.
most women, yeah, it's like you're not having a kid because you're, you know, you have to be at a
You're not
certain age to
saving
be
it
a
anymore,
kid.
yeah.
Yeah, like, and most women who
It's
are
not
having
locked
kids,
down.
they're a woman, like
Yeah.
they're in that space of womanhood, and they're like, yo, like that nurturing aspect of it too is something that is always a draw for a man.
For sure.
Like no man strays away from the energy, the nurturing energy.
Yeah.
Like,
I get all the time. You're a MILF. You're a MILF. Well, one, I'm not a mother, but I get what they're trying to say. I'm
Yeah.
just older, and I'm, you know,
I'm a gilf.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, grandmother.
That's a good one. Is there a porn category for that?
I know, right? We should create.
it
one.
might be number 2 though.
You could probably search it.
It might be number 2.
Should
You
be.
never know.
Just kidding.
There ain't a lot of
mean-
Kellys out there though. So
They're definitely
No,
one and done. Like,
There's not a lot.
anomaly. There's
First
only
of
one.
all, there's not a lot
I
of
have
Kellys
never
out
met
there.
another Kelly ever in my life.
One, yeah, one
I've known
and
this
done.
woman over 5 years plus, and I knew then. When I first met her with her son, I thought that was her date, her boyfriend. And she was with her son. He was 18 or 19 at the time. Man, she looked like that could have been his.
And he was
girlfriend.
6'3" at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was already
And
tall.
there's only one Kelly, Maxie.
Thank you.
yeah,
Okay.
it's facts.
Same. Look.